Hello everybody, Rogue Fox here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock. This is episode 9, and in the last episode, we just finished putting Tiz Tom out of business, but word on the street is that Tiz Tom's truck has shown up in the shopping area once again. So what I'm doing is heading over to the shopping area to see where his truck has ended up. So as you recall, in the last episode, we took his truck all the way back to his base. It was crashed and burned, and then in his video, he got to watch it explode in his episode. So let's... Really? Okay. So it appears Tiz Tom's truck has ended up in the side of Foxmart. And I'm glad we don't have fire spread on, because my shop would have definitely burnt down. So, let's see. Wow. Apparently he resurrected his truck, unless he had a spare one stashed away somewhere. But let's go ahead and head inside and see the damage. And, oh, really? A permit to sell here for a bit. I want to know who signed this permit. So, his truck has crashed through. Tiz Tom has cheaper steaks around back. And let's see if we actually made any sales with ours. Nope. We haven't made any sales, but we did make some between episodes. And apparently the chicken is caught in the destruction here. But let's see. He crashed through the window. And let's see what he has going on here. Cheaper steaks. And the realm is going to reset in 3 minutes. Cheap steaks, 80 for 1 diamond. Limited, not restocking. So it doesn't look like he's sold anything. But, I mean... limited, he's not restocking according to what he says, so I guess this is his last stand. But alright, Tiz, well played, well played. To start things off today, we are going into the inn. Well, I'm already in the inn, and what we're going to do, let's go ahead and switch back to this so I make sure I don't look at any endermen. What we're going to do is get 2 more nether stars. Now, you will notice that this area looks nice and pretty, and that is because recently we did a reset on the end, so all the destruction that I did back in episode 3 has been restored, but that also means that the wither killer over here in the corner that we used to get our nether star is no longer there. So that means we are going to have to fly out and do what we did back in episode 3, and well, of course, this time we are not going to let the wither loose on this island here, but we do need to go find a gateway, and we are going to set up a wither killer. And what I need to do now is fly out 1,000 blocks in this direction. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will meet you over there. Alright, we are here at the end gateway. So the coordinates I need for this is 1170 and 510. And I know that I need to be facing towards the end city that is out in that direction. Now, unfortunately, it has been raided, so that is not going to be on the agenda today. But let's go ahead. We need a little bit of redemption for episode 3 here. So let's go ahead. We need to come up a block like this. And then 2, 3. And then this is where the little T goes. Now, I did remember this time to place in a dispenser. So let's go ahead. We are going to do that right now. Let's place our dispenser not there. Let's see. We need... hopefully that doesn't go through the gateway. Oh, did it go through the gateway? Oh, man. That's a bummer. So it didn't go through the gateway. It just fell down below, but I did craft up another one. So this is in place. We have our water bucket inside. And there we go. So that is now broken. So that's what I didn't do the first time we did this. If I would have just done that part right there, that whole thing would have gone so much smoother. We would have just been in and out like we are today. At least that's the plan. So I have to make sure. So this here, 1171, negative 510, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 1 block up. So nothing should be wrong with this setup. And let's hope I'm right. Yep, perfect. So it is caught in the gateway, and that's exactly what was supposed to happen last time, but because the gateway was still up, it hopefully doesn't shoot anything this way. because the gateway was still up, it didn't get caught like that, but it went through and then went to the spawn island, for those of you who saw that episode. So, this is perfect. All we need to do now is just wait. Alright, so far so good. The Wither is entering its second stage, and I forget what happens here, but it shouldn't be going anywhere. So yeah, okay. So yeah, we should be good, and I put up this little wall just to be safe. No, it's not going to provide much cover, but at least it'll hit that wall first, and then I can at least get out of the way. So, okay, and then I have my ender chest. I put all my shulker boxes back, so I think that is safe. I was just worried about that right there. I can see my crafting table and my end chest. Did that thing just destroy my end chest? Is that what I just saw? Because I saw that skull go right at it, and it just... Hopefully it's laying there as a drop. So this is about to finish, and yeah, that wasn't bad at all. Like I said, this is what should have happened in episode 3. We should have been in and out just like this, but nope, I messed up. I unleashed the Wither on the central island, and anytime, buddy. Sweet! And there is the nether star. And let's see, is my end? Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead. We are going to pick up these blocks here. And this place got destroyed, didn't it? And I was smart this time. I am wearing a pumpkin over my head. That way I don't, just in case if I do look at any Endermen, I will be okay. And, Alright. So there is one nether star. And, well, this kind of sucks because now my other wither skulls and soul sand were in the ender chest. So don't have another one on me. Oh man, something always has to go wrong, doesn't it? So unfortunately, yes, we did get another star, and woohoo! But now we have to go all the way back to our base and pick up another ender chest. And wither number 2 is finished. So we're just going to wait for it to blow up here, and then we'll go up and collect our second nether star. And let's be safe. I don't know how big that explosion is. Okay, there is the second nether star. So let's go ahead and grab all of these. And hopefully I have enough to actually stack up. And come to Papa. There we go. So that is Wither Star number 2. And I was smart about this time. So I placed the ender chest behind my wall. So there we go. Do these stack? They do stack. So 2 nether stars. And we can go ahead and head on back to the base. And we are back at the base, safe and sound, and I have both nether stars on hand. So the reason why I wanted to get more nether stars is to obviously get more beacons. Now, for those of you who don't know, Prowl is currently renting out my beacon, so I made a few diamonds off of that, but at the same time, I don't have a beacon. So what I thought I would do is craft a couple more beacons, so that way I can hold on to mine. And maybe I'll have 2, but for sure I do want to rent a beacon out. So I'll go ahead and buy another set of blocks from DB. And instead of selling beacons, it's going to be a risky business, but I think what I want to do is rent out my beacon, because I've already seen it a couple times in the Discord, but a few of the members have been asking if anyone has a beacon to rent. So being a business type person, there is a demand, and I plan on supplying. For the beacon rental, I originally wanted to have some sort of redstone contraption where people could check the beacon in and out, but no matter what I thought of, it was going to require an honor system, and I mean, the beacon is just too rare of an item and too important to just be letting people check things out with the honor system. So I decided to scratch that idea, and what I'll do is let everyone know in the Discord that I have a beacon to rent and also place a sign in the shop. And then if they want to rent it, they can come talk to me one-on-one. That way I know who actually checked it out and they can be held responsible. So that's what's going on with the beacon. But for the rest of the episode, what I want to do is start working on a storage system. Because this past Thursday, if you didn't see it, I released a tutorial on an item sorter, and that sorts non-stackable items, items that stack in 64, and items that stack in 16. Now, I've been talking about organizing my stuff for quite some time because as I'm expanding my little town here, yeah, this is getting in the way. This is also in the way over here. And yeah, I need to do something about this. So what I thought we would do for the rest of the episode is work on an item sorter. So you can see I have a little bit of a layout how I want to do it here. Now, as far as the town blocks are concerned, I was trying to keep it to a chunk, but of course an item sorter is going to be a lot bigger than a chunk. It already is. And as far as my streets, I think I'm going to expand it more this way because at the moment, if I have 2 chests here, I'm only going to have a 1 wide walkway. And yeah, that's not cool. So I'm going to expand my city street down this way. That way we can have more buildings and it'll make the town look a little bit bigger. So that is what we're going to work on. I just hopped over into the tutorial world to look at the build here. So the reason why I'm doing that is because I do need to make a few modifications because we don't have a bunch of iron on hand. So we are going to have to eliminate as many hoppers as possible. So that is why I'm here looking at what I can do. So what I think I'm going to do is kind of follow Mumbo's design from Hermitcraft. And I'm going to have 2 chests for each item. So there'll be 2 hoppers on the back side, hopper to sort, and then I'm going to run a water stream across the top. So this will eliminate this row of hoppers. Of course, I would love to do the full out build, but like I said, at the moment, iron, is kind of scarce on the realm. So yeah, again, I'm going to try to eliminate as many hoppers as possible and still have some sort of good auto sorting system. So at the moment, I am placing in the chests just to get a foundation for the build. And you will notice that I am doing a gap every 5 chests. That's because for the water stream, and I'll show you in just a moment, we get a better flow if we have a shorter water stream. That way items can flow and then go into the next stream a lot quicker and safer, in my opinion, than if we did an 8-block stream like we would normally do. So water can flow in 8 blocks, but like I said, we are going to cut that down, and I will demonstrate that in just a bit. But yeah, at the moment, I'm just laying out these chests here, and I'll probably only do this row for today because I do have quite a bit of items, but I don't think I have that many, and I think I needed, lost count of how many more chests I needed, so I think I need, sounds right, 5? No, 6. We need 6. 6? Yep, 6. Okay. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And with the hoppers that I do have on hand, and this was just to give me a layout of where everything needed to go. So again, following the tutorial, we do need a 1x6 area for each module. So this does go 6 blocks back. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm definitely going to need more hoppers. I'm going to go ahead and craft more hoppers. And I should have enough iron for all of that, because I need 1 more row of hoppers and then 1 more row of hoppers across the top. So let me go ahead and craft that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so crafting all those hoppers did make me want to cry just a little bit, but I still do have 38 blocks of iron and then another stack of 10, so I guess we're okay. But yeah, I just went through a lot of iron, and again, like I said, iron is very scarce, at least until someone gets an iron farm up and running, and then I will be their biggest customer. So we'll go ahead and run all these hoppers into the back of these chests, and I think I'm going to get rid of this shield because this shield is getting a little annoying every time I crouch. So we'll just go ahead and do that, and let's put it in the green box for now. So that is done, and again, this is the reason why I'm trying to eliminate as many hoppers as possible, because yeah, just we don't have a lot of iron at the moment. So what we're going to do next is go ahead and break that, and I need to run some blocks. I forget I have a gap. Run some blocks across this way, because what we need to do is run some hoppers into these blocks here. That. And in these gaps here, I am going to place down some blue ice. So that is why I have those gaps. And then we can just go ahead and do this. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So this is all set up and ready to go, and I'm so glad I have my beacon up. I am going to have to go down below and grab some stone, because next what we need to do is start setting up the comparators that are going to help filter our items. And why? Oh, I must have hit it. Okay, done. Done. Now we need to place in some redstone. This is the water stream we are setting up right here. And then go ahead and place glass blocks on this side. And as I expand, I will remove glass and place in more water streams. But this is what we're going to do for now. And then we are going to need some sort of input. Did not think about the input part, because this would be the front of the building here facing the street. Man, you know what? I thought this whole thing out, but apparently I did not consider the input. So we're not going to worry about the input just yet. And what I may do, just thinking about it, I just may rip out this front part here and then push it to the back on this side. And that gives us this whole little area to set up our input, because we are going to need an item elevator to spit out our items into the water stream. And of course, as iron becomes available on the realm, I will upgrade this to be hoppers running all the way across. But let's go ahead and talk about the water streams. So I set this up right here. Now, again, as I mentioned, a water stream is going to run 8 blocks before it stops. And then what people normally do is place a sign with some ice. That way it slides across and catches into the next stream. But my concern with this is how slow it crosses over. So let's go ahead and throw all these stakes in like that. So they'll go, and then they kind of just trickle and barely make their way into the next stream. So that is a bit concerning to me, whereas we have a 5-block stream. So if we do, we do this, that is for sure going to shoot across, and it is a lot quicker. So again, we'll just throw like 3 in, and it gets off to a good start, and then it's like, and then it trickles over to the other side. Whereas again with this, that just goes right across and goes all the way down. But granted, we are going to need some blue ice, but thankfully I have plenty to go around. So that is why I'm using, plus, I mean, 5 looks good, because we can do a little bit of trim or some accent in between, like some pillars or things like that, so that will also be cool. So that is why we're doing that. And I guess before we place this in, I'm going to have to move this whole thing over to this side. Okay, everything is all set up. The item elevator is in place, and then we have cobblestone, we have some dirt, and then sand set up for now. So let's go ahead and try it out. Let's throw our sand up. Let's do half a stack, or about half a stack. And then we'll do some dirt. Let's go ahead and see. Yep, it's going across like it should, and then it's dropping down into the sand where it belongs. Now, when I first tested this, I actually saw, okay, the sand is done. There goes the dirt. I actually saw a piece of dirt miss the hopper and go across. So I'm not quite sure why that happened. But I've tested a few more times, and I haven't seen it since. So I'm wondering if that was just some sort of... Oh, okay. How did you get out? Okay, so that looks like a little issue right there. So that's what I'm saying, except the dirt actually went past and it went over here. But yeah, this right here, that is clearly This is clearly an issue. And of course I can't get to it. Let's go ahead. So it was promising for a bit. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about items not actually making it in. The obvious answer to how I feel about it, I don't like it one bit. It's not worth it, even though it's saving iron. I don't want to lose any items that I throw in, so I went ahead and changed it to the way it was originally meant to be built with hoppers. So I think I have about, how much iron do we have left? 28 blocks of iron, so I guess a decent amount still. But yeah, definitely gonna need to get more iron. But yeah, this is working perfectly now. So again, we have the sand, we have the dirt. So let's go ahead, let's do the sand and throw in the dirt. So that's gonna filter in first, whatever is there. And then after that's done, the dirt is gonna go in. So there goes the sand. And probably should have demonstrated with less, but whatever. The sand is done, so that has filtered all down here, and then the dirt will start filtering in just like that. And there we go. We have ourselves a working auto sorter. So we have our storage started. Obviously, I'm going to need a lot more space, and I do want to have a row on this side also. And then we just need to get rid of this, and then I guess I will have some leftover redstone bits, which that is not a problem because I'm sure I'll be using these very soon. Okay, so I spent about an hour setting the rest of this up and trying to figure out what items I wanted to place where. So this is the setup I have so far. So I kind of cover the basic blocks here, and then this kind of gets separated into the nether dimension. Now, I'm not too concerned about magma blocks or soul sand. I know I'm not going to have a ton of those to where they actually need, you know, double storage like this. And yeah, I think this is coming together nicely. So with the blaze rods and nether brick, I do want to make a blaze farm here very soon, because I'm thinking maybe we can use blaze rods to fuel stuff later on, because yeah, I just hate burning through all the coal. And then nether brick, as we dig out nether fortresses, yeah, that is going to fill up quickly. And of course, when we're smelting our netherrack, because we all know netherrack adds up quite quickly. Now, I guess an argument you can make is, well, why don't you just have double storage like this and just start placing all your items in manually? I mean, yeah, you can do that. But I mean, come on, this is a lot cooler. And I mean, come on, I like redstone. So of course, I do have to have redstone in the base. And plus, what I want to do with the area. So this is kind of supposed to be the central area of my base. I want to do things all around this way. And I don't know how I'm going to pull it off just yet. But what I would like to do is maybe have some sort of underground water streams or something, but connect all my farms to some sort of water stream or whatever. And probably not hoppers. That sounds too expensive. It may be too laggy. But it'd be cool if I can have all my farms hooked up to some sort of underground stream, and then after they farm, so for example, automatic sugarcane farm, pumpkin melon farm, it farms it, it goes down into the water stream, goes underground, and then makes its way to an elevator that comes up here, and then everything is automatic. So it grows, it is harvested, goes to the water stream, and then it is automatically stored within the storage system. Like I said, I don't know if that's possible, but hey, we are going to try it. So that is the idea behind that, and another reason why I wanted to make the sorter, or the storage system, centralized. And once again, we got a lot done today. So we got ourselves a couple of beacons, and we also got a good start on the item sorter for our storage system. And yeah, this has been a productive episode, but unfortunately we are all out of time. So in between episodes, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is try to find a place where I can make some sort of underground kelp farm. So Slack has made a giant kelp farm, and so has Zap, if you haven't seen his episode. But, I mean, we do need a good source of XP, and yes, we are going to make the blaze farm. But I'm thinking as far as keeping it local, because that slime chunk I think I spent more time mending my tools than I did actually digging. So it would be nice to have some sort of XP source within the area. Now, it's going to have to be underground because we can't do a big old kelp farm sticking up in the air. It's just going to look too awkward in this area. If anything, maybe we'll have the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So the top of the kelp farm may stick up above the ground, or I just may choose to keep it completely underground. I haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking of doing that. And also, as far as all the sugarcane farms and stuff go, got to figure out how I'm going to do that as well, because like I said, I don't want a bunch of tall buildings sticking up. That's almost too much compared to the height of this, and even here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If anything, I can raise the roof of certain buildings, but I would like to keep most of the builds within a certain height, and we'll see how that goes. Of course, things can change over the course of the season. Maybe I think the skyline is just too flat, but at the same time, I don't want to have like a skyscraper right next to buildings like this. So just throwing some thoughts out there for the future. But with that being said, everyone, this is the end of today's episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I'll see you later.